All right, I'm just gonna do a quick live Q&A on YouTube. Yeah, okay, sorry, I just need to post this on Instagram. Live Q&A on YouTube. Just putting the link. All right. And I'm also gonna do a live stream on Instagram for those who prefer. Okay. So today, I was here yesterday doing a live stream in Portuguese for all the Brazilian crew, and today I told everyone I was gonna do one in English just to answer some random questions about pilot training here in Canada. If you prefer, I'm also live on YouTube. Feel free to watch it there if it's better. That's up to you. So yeah. You're gonna get hair transplant? No, I'm gonna keep it balding until there is nothing left. How's your instructor rating going so far? It's pretty good. I took a two weeks break right now. I'm gonna start flying again next week, and hopefully I'll be done within the next 5 to 6 weeks. Let's see how that goes. So finishing the summer, and I'm already gonna start working as an instructor before fall. So yeah, soon enough I'll be an instructor there. Hello. So yeah, if anyone wants to throw me some questions about pilot training here in Canada or whatever it is about student visa, part-time jobs, how the licenses are and everything, I'm here for that for the next hour, maybe an hour and a bit. It depends on how many people are watching and asking questions. What's the weather like in Pitt Meadows? Right now, it's pretty crazy. It's very hot. I flew today 7 a.m. I went on a flight with my friend, and we were testing his autopilot for his Vans RV10, and it was really hot. Like we took off at 7:20 a.m. It was already 20 something, 20 plus. I think it was almost 30 degrees early in the morning. So yeah, let's check here. Pitt Meadows, BC. So yeah, the weather looks like this in Pitt Meadows. During winter time, it's rainier. It's pretty gray. The whole Metro Vancouver area, we have a lot of mountains to the north, so all the humidity from the ocean that gets here gets trapped in those mountains. Air tries to go up, gets really cold, and it rains a lot. So that's how the weather is during winter. But other than that, it's awesome. Spring and summer is really nice. Can you please tell me which flying school is good for international students? Most of schools in the Metro Vancouver area, most of their students are international students. There are not a lot of Canadians getting their pilot's license done here. So foreigners versus Canadian ratio is pretty crazy. So it's up to you if you have a friend in certain school and you want to study with them, if you know the instructors and you want them to be the one teaching you. It's up to you on who you choose. Some schools might be a little bit crowded. I have some friends that went to certain schools. They couldn't fly a lot because they were put in a wait list and stuff like that. So just make sure you choose a flight school where you can fly a lot, where the instructors have free time for you, and there are a lot of not a lot, but enough airplanes for you to do your solos and build your time without having to wait so long. Are you going to try to come to the States? Just visiting. Yeah, this is someone asking in YouTube. Yeah, I might fly to the States with my friend at some point. I just need to renew my visa. I'm doing that this week. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but yeah, I'm gonna fly down there, but not to stay or work there, just to visit. What do you study in the CPP, like maths and physics? Nope. We just study everything we have to study for the pilot's license. We don't really have a lot of math or physics or anything like that. Just the math we use for pilot, like just for the pilot training in general, for flight planning. But it's really basic math, and we are also allowed to use calculator. So not a lot of math. If we learn on Cessna 152 how much we're gonna save as compared to 172, you can check with the schools what's the hourly rate for both of the airplanes, so you can compare. I'm not 100% sure the price difference in them. I am a little bit too tall to fit on a Cessna 152, especially if I'm flying with an instructor next to me. We're going to be touching shoulders for sure. If you are shorter than I am, maybe that's a good idea, but I cannot. It's not an option for me. That would be extremely uncomfortable. After CPL, what jobs can you get other than being an instructor? You can apply for any job you want. The only problem is there's going to be a lot of other people with more experience than you trying to apply for the same jobs. But if you don't mind moving far away, you can go to the interior of Canada and maybe fly taxis, like air taxi services or small cargo operations. Living in the bush, flying the small cities, there's always a demand for pilots. Not a lot of people are willing to move out there, and live far away from everyone they know and all the big cities. But if you're willing to do that, sure, you can do it. But as soon as you have more hours, then you can, choose between better and other jobs for sure. Guilherme said no questions. For your flights, be safe. Valeu, Gui. Is wearing glasses okay? My eyesight's not good. You can fly even if you need glasses, that's fine. And with the glasses, your vision should be corrected to 20/20. So if with glasses you see fine, that's fine. Pilots can wear glasses. What's your thought on getting multi-engine instead of instructor rating? I've seen some people getting to smaller airlines with CPL and multi. Yeah, that works. But again, what's gonna be your first job? Because not a lot of people are gonna hire you if you only have 200 and I don't know 200 hours with the multi IFR rating. They are gonna want some more experience, because if you just got your multi and all you have is like 15 hours flying a multi, I don't know. Maybe you can find a job, but probably not in the Metro Vancouver area. All the pilots applying here, they have more hours than that. But again, if you're willing to move somewhere else, that's totally fine. You probably can find a job in the interior. You'll be my instructor. I have no problem. That sounds good. If you come to Canada, maybe we can make that work. Let me see here. Hey Pedro, hi, hello. What's your height? Oh, Leticia is here. I am 6'3". That's 189 centimeters. So yeah, that's how tall I am. That's why I don't fit in a Cessna 152. Is it advisable to own an aircraft and share with fellow students instead of renting? Can you advise on that? Sure, if you have the money to buy an airplane up front, you can do that. You can share with other people. Then you need to, you're going to be responsible for the insurance, for maintenance, for everything. If there's already people doing that and they already have everything taken care of, all you have to do is finding an instructor. The only problem is if you do that as an international student here in Canada, you're not really doing it by a school that is, how to say, a certified institution. So it might be tricky for you to get your student visa. If you can get your student visa somehow and still use your own shared plane with other people, good for you. But again, if you depend on the school for your student visa, maybe you have to fly with their airplanes. I am from Pakistan. I want to be a pilot from Canada. What should I do? The whole process, please. So, if you want to become a pilot here in Canada, you need to do, not that you need to do your training here, but if you do your training here, it means you spent a lot of time as a student here in Canada. If you study for a while, you can get the postgraduate work permit here and work in Canada for I don't know 2 3 years. While you work, you're gonna already be working as an instructor or something else. After a while, you can apply for the PR, and then you can stay in Canada as a resident. Once you're PR, a lot of airlines can let you in as a worker. That like with the work permit, I don't know how that's gonna be, but as a PR, then sure you can join the airlines here if you meet the requirements. What are the new flight lessons on CPL compared to PPL? For CPL, there's not much more you need to do. Some of the flights or the requirements are higher. Of course, you need more hours. You need to complete certain flights you don't need in PPL. You need to do some extra exercises like power off landings, precision approach. Um, you need to be able to you know more details of what you can and cannot do with your licenses, what how do you say, like the benefits of having a CPL is. I made a video about the PPL versus CPL requirements. It's on YouTube if you want to watch the whole video. I'm not gonna get into too many details right now, but it's there on YouTube. Fly with Pedro. Hello, Captain. Hello. Um, Maybe one day I'll be a captain, but not for now. Just thanking you for your tips. You're more than welcome. I'm really happy to help. If you have any questions about training, just let me know. Hey, Pedro, I'm going to start my student pilot journey from next month, and you were a huge help and inspirations. Keep up the good. Oh, thanks, man. That's really nice. Are you starting your pilot training here in Canada, or I don't know? Let me know where you are. And if you need anything, just let me know. I'll be happy to help. I am okay. So yeah, on YouTube, the guy just asked about the glasses. Again, yes, you can become a pilot if you wear glasses. I'm not sure what type of conditions would stop you from getting in the class one. So yeah, let's go flying one day. Yes, please. Anytime. I mean, the weather is perfect. So let me know when you guys are flying, and I'll be super happy to join and maybe make a little video for all these people here to watch as well. Salve, Pedrão. Salve. And I saw the videos of you girls, actually, you girls flying the what do you call the paraglider in Portuguese? I don't know how it is in English, but it looked very nice in Pemberton. And what's his name? Ali. Sorry, Ali. Another time we can join like make a video together here. But for now, I'm just gonna try to focus and answer as many questions as I can. But let me know. We can have a video chat later on. When are you going to get the seaplane rating? I hope I can do that soon. First, I'm gonna finish my instructor rating and start working as an instructor for a few months, and I want to get the float rating just for the experience of it. If you want to actually work in like with float operations, you need more hours for insurance purposes. You can't really just get to a company with 7 hours of float time just with the rating in your hand and say, hey, let me fly your plane. People with more time would get the job instead of you. Also, it's hard to insure a plane if the pilot in command doesn't really have a lot of time or experience in the type. So I want to get the float rating just to feel how it is landing on water, landing in the lakes around here. It's so many beautiful places and awesome little lakes you can find between the mountains and go for really scenic and fun flight. So I might do that, but not as a career path, just as a fun thing to do as a pilot. If and when I do that, for sure I'll make some videos about to show all the differences and all the perks of landing and taking off from water. My airport has a little river, so people can take off and land there. If I'm doing my float rating, I'll do there at Pitt Meadows, and you guys are gonna see everything about it. How long did it take you to get a part-time job when you were new to Canada? It took me 4 days. That was just the time I took to apply for my SIN number. That's the social insurance number that you need in order to work in Canada. Other than that, I applied, I think it was Uber Eats or DoorDash. I don't know which one I did first. And I started working right away. That's not really a job, that's something you just do by yourself. My first job was in a restaurant. My brother is working in this restaurant for the last few years, for the last few years, and he asked the guy if I could join, and then I joined for a while during winter. Right after that, the pandemic came, and then I quit. But yeah, those were my first two jobs. My wife's going to start pilot training in Abbotsford end of this year. Meanwhile, would you please suggest any books which she can read at home as self-study? In here, the book most school uses are, what is it? From the Ground Up. Oh, there's a fly inside the house. From the Ground Up, it's the one I believe all flight schools use that. And if you want something to practice for exams and get sharp, there's a book called Sharper Edge. It's filled with really good questions about all the subjects, so she can use both of them. I did a video on YouTube about PPL ground school. I mean, it was about the PPL written examination, and I talk a little bit about the study material. You can watch the video and get some tips from there as well. It's on my channel there, Fly with Pedro. What's reading on a shirt? Is it flipped for you guys as well, or just for me? Because it's on self mode, but it's Benetton. What are there many? Yes, there are plenty of the Haviland plains in Canada. Beaver is one of them, right? I hope I'm not destroying their name, but yes, they have a lot of them here. They are beautiful machines. Oh, it's flipped. Okay, is that an option I can change? Well, it works for me. So the question I get all the time is the fear of flying solo. Yes, some people ask me that too, like, oh, how is the first solo? Were you scared? How does it feel? How do you know if you're ready or not? I understand it's really different. Being able to land with your instructor there, you're capable of doing it, that's for sure. But alone, by yourself, is it going to be different? And how does it feel? Am I going to be stressed? And am I going to, do things wrong and freak out? That's a very valid feeling. It's the first time you're going to do it. And as anything else, you're going to be a little bit scared. But if your instructor told you can, and he's been watching you since you started, you're also going to fly with the chief flight instructor from your flight school. And if he also gave you the okay, it means you're safe by yourself. You just need to calm down, tell yourself that you can do it because you've been doing it for a while now, so you go for your adventure. Where was the next one? Do you fly conventional aircraft? All of the aircraft I've flown so far are very conventional. None of them are weird in any way. If you mean like big commercial aircrafts, no, I do not fly that yet. Maybe one day. Best plane for flight training. In my school, most of the airplanes are Cessna's 172s. They are the most sold aircraft ever, and most of flight schools use them. They are very forgiving, they're easy to fly, they recover from bad attitudes and crazy maneuvers basically by themselves. So it's pretty good. It's really hard to do something that bad that the Cessna will not make you recover. Um, However, I like the Piper we have more than the Cessnas. It's more, I don't know, it's a little roomier than the Cessna. It feels a little bit more solid and heavy when you fly. And I just like it more. I don't know, it has better air to air visibility. It's a low wing airplane. So let me find a picture here on my phone. So I like that more than the Cessna, but that's just a personal preference type of thing. But most people use the Cessna 172. So yeah, this is the Piper Warrior we use. It's a PA-28. It's a variable, like it's a variant of the Cherokee and the Arrow and all of those. Um, Canadian Aviation Academy in Abbotsford, is it good? I honestly, I don't know if I've ever heard this name before. I'm not familiar with them. If I know someone that goes there, I will let you know. Like, I'll try to look for it, but I'm not sure if I know anyone that's doing their training there. You felt differences between Cessna and Piper nose wheel steering. They feel difference, of course, but not by much. Every it's like a car. The difference between two cars, they drive the same, but of course they feel different. So the only things in Canada is to get the visa. Could you explain how to get it? Okay, so if you're coming to Canada, like to join a flight school, you're probably gonna have to pay your first installment even before you come. Once you pay for your first installment, the school is gonna give you a letter of acceptance, and that letter is the most crucial thing you need for the student visa application. With that letter, it's basically saying like, okay, Pedro, this Brazilian dude that wants to come to Canada, is coming to our school, and he already paid this much, 30% of the total tuition, whatever it is. So he's serious about the training. Let him come. That's basically what the letter of acceptance is the school telling the government that you want to come to Canada and you already paid for it. So let him come. Other than that, you need to send financial support, like bank statements, whatever is in your name, or maybe if your parents are paying for it, whatever it's in their name, just so Canada knows that you're not gonna come here without anyone to help you, or if you don't have money to pay for the training, you're not gonna end up, dropping out of school and having to do other things other than study. They want to make sure if you're coming here to study, you can come and study. You can apply for the visa online. Some people choose to apply with like a visa agent. I applied by myself on their website, and it was simple to get it. Okay, where is it? Is it possible to meet you in person? It is. If you want, and if you're in Vancouver, we can meet at the airport. I can show you the flight school, the airplanes. Just let me know if you're here. We can make that happen. How's the ICAO English test? Okay, that English test is different in depending where you take it. I know that in Brazil it's like a written exam, and there's also like a conversation, and it's in person. For me, was over the phone with someone. I don't know if they're in the like from Transport Canada or representatives. I don't know who applies the test, but yeah, I just got on a phone with this person. All he did was like, "Hi, what's your name? Where are you from? Why did you choose Canada? What are your dreams and what are your goals in aviation?" And stuff like that. Very basic. They just want to see that you can understand and also reply. Make your own phrases and you have a good understanding. And it's basically a simple conversation over the phone. If you have Any basic English, I think that should be enough. Uh, I don't lots of Canadian and American tailwheel plane. I didn't really understand that. Uh, in Brazil, we have Paulistinha and Argentinian Aerobuero. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. In Brazil, we have a lot of tailwheel planes, like tail draggers. In here as well, but normally flight schools don't use them that much. Some flight school have some, but most of the schools I've seen here, they use Cessna 172, Piper Warrior, and those are like normal tricycle landing gear. Uau, she said. E aí, Aninha, beleza? Hi there, how are you, Captain? I am pretty good. Not a captain yet. Maybe one day. Hey, Carlos, we need to go on a flight very soon, maybe over Squamish. Hello, Carlos. Would you like to become a pilot? Okay. If no one else have any questions about the pilot training and all this stuff, let me know, and then we can finish this up. So I have some time to edit. Today I went flying on my friend's Vance RV10, which is a very cool plane. He built it by himself. He did all the electronics, and we went on a quick flight to test some of the autopilot functions and everything. How cold is Canada now? It's not cold at all. It doesn't. Yeah, people have this impression that this idea that Canada is cold all the time. It's 29 Celsius right now. See, pretty warm. So yeah, summer in Canada is very hot, like super hot. Um, so yeah, weather is perfect right now. Oh, the fly is back. So, what do you study for a pilot? Maths, physics? No, we don't really do a lot of maths and physics. It's more about general knowledge, air law, navigation, theory of flight, stuff like that. Have you ever gotten frozen carb? We It's normal to get ice, like carb ice, but never completely frozen. Never lost my engine because of carb ice. You can get the symptoms um, in cold. Not doesn't really have to be cold. Like between 5 and 15 degrees Celsius, you can still get it. That's when it happens the most. So yeah, you're gonna lose a little bit of your power. You just put carb heat on, ice will melt away, engine's gonna run a little rough for a few seconds, and you're fine. So yeah, you have to be ready for it. But when you're flying, your instructor is gonna make sure you're safe and you know how to recognize the symptoms of carb ice. Is it possible to co-own a plane while training? Yes, you can co-own a plane anytime. I don't know how, like, whose plane you're gonna, because I mean, I've seen people do it. Again, I don't know if you're doing the training completely just with your airplane without a flight institution. I don't know who's gonna give you the letter for your visa. I think you need to be studying with a flight school to get the visa, but I'm not pretty sure. Can I pick you as my flight instructor when I go to your flight school? I believe you can. Yeah, I believe you can. If you tell them you want to fly with me, I don't see why they would say no. So yeah, we can fly here. Is converting a license hard? I don't think so. Maybe some of the rules, airspace, and other things might be very different. So you're gonna have to learn the Canadian way. Maybe doing that, will be a little harder, but other than that, everything should be very similar. So no problem there. Uh, I got here. Okay, best part about your PPL journey. I think one of the best parts about the getting the private license here in Canada is getting to fly around Vancouver, Whistler, Squamish, like Vancouver Island, going to Tofino. It's really really nice. I remember like first time going to Seychelles or Pemberton by myself over the mountains. It was just amazing. So yeah, I feel like a big part of the PPL license here is the views you get near Vancouver. It's pretty hard to beat those views. I don't know if I have something here. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, so this is like going to Tofino. This is how it looks like. Sorry, my phone is not going to focus so well, but you get the point. Um, Let me see if I have some of the mountain stuff here. Yeah, so everything looks pretty much awesome when you're flying around here. There are a lot of beautiful lakes in between mountains. So, postcard stuff. Any plans to fly to the East Coast? Uh, I want to get airplanes from the East Coast and bring them here, or get planes from here and fly them to the East Coast. Hopefully, and when my school is, buying or selling planes from Quebec, I can be the one to take the plane there or bring it back. And yeah, that would be a very fun flight to do, to cross Canada in a little airplane would be really nice. And I'm excited to do that whenever it's time. Do you okay? An estimation of how much it costs to own a plane. You don't really have to. One of my friends, they are a group of 30 people, and they have three airplane that they share. You need to pay a monthly fee that goes for like hangar maintenance and everything, and you rent the plane for $150 an hour. Uh, so it's pretty good. That's already including gas. That's cheaper than you would pay in a flight school, because you're 30 people taking care of the fees every month. Maybe you can do that, or if you want to buy an airplane, that's up to you. uh, Pilots can speak French at like with air traffic control. If you're in Quebec, I believe you can. In here, no. I think you should speak in English with everyone. um, I've never heard anyone speaking French on the radio. So I have an accepting letter, flight school, which doesn't need to pay fee for the first year. So I don't know if they would give the visa because my country has conflict. Yeah, before schools used to give the letter of acceptance without you having to pay anything. But the problem with that is a lot of people are like, hey, I want to be a pilot. Oh, here's your letter. Apply for a visa. The student goes there, applies for the visa, comes to Canada, never goes to school because he didn't pay, he didn't have to pay anything, and now he has a student visa that gives him the opportunity to work 20 hours per week. So people were using flight schools just to get a visa without spending any money to come to Canada and work. That's not good, and they stopped. So now most of flight schools charge for the letter of acceptance, because you're getting a visa out of it. Hey, bro, hope you have a great day. Thank you. The day started very, very good. I went on a flight over Chilliwack. It was really beautiful. And maybe I'm going to fly again that same plane with my friend next week. And whenever I do that, I'll post another video about it. It's very hot. I should turn the fan on. Hi. Will there be any difference in fees for international students and PR holder? No. Most of schools that are not related to flight training, yes, they have a very different fee structure for international students and Canadians or PR holders. Flight training is an exception because the cost of it is, directly linked to gas prices, maintenance, and all of that stuff. and they can't just charge you more because you're a foreigner or you're an international student. So everyone pays the same. I'm gonna cue this fly live on camera. So yeah, you're fine if you're not a PR. You're not gonna pay extra because of that. Here, please ask him which school is that. Oh, sorry, I don't remember what question that's related to anymore. Oh, the school that gives you a letter of acceptance for free. I don't know. If you're still there, let me know what school gives a letter of acceptance for free, because someone on YouTube wants to know. So yeah, come visit Qualicum next week. I wish that would be so nice. The airport in Qualicum is really cool, and they even have bicycles there for pilots to use when they come and land. You can use the bikes that are inside the airport to bike around, bring them back before you fly out. Can you fly the planes in your school after getting licensed? Yes. Anytime I want to fly, I can just call my school, book an airplane, let them know when I want to fly and for how long I'm going to fly, and I can just go, pay for the time, and fly it. So it's really good. I did that a few times. Um, so my school that I want to go doesn't require first fees. Does that school exist, or it's like you just want that? If you found that school, let me know, because someone is asking here. Thanks for help, you're doing amazing work. Thanks, man, I appreciate that. So yeah, if I can get the name of the school he was mentioning, I'll let you know, but I have a feeling he just wants a school that doesn't charge a fee. How much is the rate for flying? Depends on what airplane you're booking and what type of aircraft. Normally, for a Cessna 172, you're gonna pay $250 per hour of flight. If you're flying with an instructor, there'll be an extra on that, for him to make a living as well. If it's a multi-engine airplane, it's gonna be more. If it's a float plane, also more than a regular 172. So yeah. Pacific Professional Center, Flight Center. I have a friend. Okay, so that's the school he was mentioning, Pacific Professional Flight Center. Um, I've heard some people that got their visa refused, denied, because they couldn't prove that they paid part of the tuition. So it might be easier to get a visa by paying the first installment, because Canada needs to see a few things before giving you the visa. One is that you can actually afford and pay for your flight training. So if you can, and your plan is to come here to study, why not pay the first installment? I don't know if that might raise a few red flags on your application. If you have, an application refused, then it can be a little harder to get a second application. But I'm not a pro in the visa thing, so don't take my word for it. Você tem inglês Cal? Yes, I do have that. We need to get the English proficiency test before we go on our first solo flight. It's done over the phone, and you can get it done pretty quickly. It's just a 10-minute, maybe less, 5-minute call on the phone. So yeah. But when we were flying as part of our flight program, should we pay the amount or of fees cover it? No, the if you paid your training fee, that already includes a lot of hours, right? So if you're flying those hours, you already paid for it, so you're still paying. Every hour you fly, they're gonna minus the fee from the full amount you paid. Let's say you pay $50,000 for training. Every time you go flying, they're gonna minus that flight from the total you paid, and your tuition should cover all the hours you need. Have you ever heard of International Flight Center in Vancouver Delta? Yes, I do know them. I have a few friends that were flying with them for a while. And yeah, I do know them. If you want more info, I don't want to be talking a lot about flight schools here without their consent. So if you want to know more information about a certain flight school, text me later. I can maybe put put you in touch with students that were there before, so you can ask them. I don't have an experience with them in, I don't know, to speak of. I am gonna turn my fan on, and it's gonna take me 1 second. I mean, 5 seconds. And I am sorry if the fan is a little loud, but I need it right now. Is it hot in Vancouver? Yes, it is. This week is very hot. I think it's almost 30 degrees right now. But the problem is that I closed the window because I live right in front of, it's not a really busy street, but a lot of trucks passing by, and I didn't need the extra noise. And I also live close to a fire station. So every time there's a cat stuck in a tree, the truck, passes here making a lot of noise. What else? Will the nights get colder? So yeah, at night the temperature will drop for sure. Between like tonight is gonna be 17 degrees, 16, 17 degrees, which is good. It's not cold, but it's also not hot anymore. But yeah, days are pretty hot right now, which is great. Like you can go to a lake, go on a hike, um, and that's really good. If I am born and currently live in Canada, can I still become a pilot and live in the US for a job? Someone asked that on YouTube. So if you want to become a pilot in the US, you need a valid visa to work in the US, right? If you have the airline, like the ATPL license here in Canada, it's really easy for you to validate that and get the ATPL in the US. I think all you need to do is a written exam. Everything is very similar, the way they operate there and the way they operate here. So yeah, you can technically, convert your license and work there. For that, you're gonna have to get a work visa. Maybe the company can apply for that. So yeah, if Delta is looking for pilots and you as a Canadian tries to apply, they can help you out. They will get you. A lot of Canadian pilots are going to the US because of better pay, more flexible times, and all of that. So yes, the US is stealing a lot of Canadian pilots. Can you please make a video on subjects you study in ground school? Yes, maybe I will. Let me write that down. I have a little note here called videos for YouTube or something like that. If I can't find that right now, I'll just create a new one. Videos, YouTube. I'll do one about subjects on ground school subjects. Subjects. Okay, I'll get on that maybe next week. I'll do a quick video going over the types of topics we cover. Is it summer in Canada? Yes, right now it's summer in the northern hemisphere. So anything above equator line is summer right now. And yeah, I got that video on the way. Then you're welcome. Make sure you subscribe there to see whenever that comes out. I'm not making any promises on dates. I need to finish editing some other videos first, but I'll try to record it next week so I can add it whenever I have time. But I think I'll have enough time next week to get it done. Okay, what else? Let me know if there are any other questions. If not, I'll just get going and start editing some stuff that I recorded today. I got like 40 something minutes from, I think a little more. We flew for about an hour today in the morning, and my friend recorded everything with his GoPro attached to our mics, the intercom. So ATC and our communication is all there. And I'm gonna try to post the entire video. We were no, getting some information on his autopilot. He did the whole thing by himself, including the autopilot system. And he needs to do some tuning so it works very smooth. What is the minimum score at the IELTS test to study permit for Brazilians? I am not sure. I didn't need it. I don't know if it's because I applied for my visa when I was in the Philippines, and I think people applying from the Philippines don't need the English test. Maybe because English is their second language. Maybe because I don't know. I don't know if it's because of that or because I'm Brazilian and Brazilians don't need it. But I remember not needing that English test for my visa application. I know students from some countries need it, but I'm not sure if Brazilians are included in that. I didn't need one. Maybe you don't. And I don't really know where to get that information from, but can an international student get a loan for pilot school in Canada? I don't think you can. Maybe if you have someone here. So yeah, if you have someone here that can co-sign the loan, and they are the ones in charge of making the payment. If you don't, maybe sure, but as an international student with no house, car, or any goods in Canada, I doubt that a bank's gonna just give you a lot of money. I don't know, maybe after you get a different visa, maybe if you have a work visa or as a PR, yes, but I'm not sure if an international student can get a loan for pilot training. I've never seen anyone doing it. And yeah. What about if they reject the visa after paying the fees? You get the fees back. That's very simple. No flight school can simply keep like $20,000 of your money if you didn't get your visa. It's not your fault. If you don't get your visa, you can always apply again. But if you choose to give up on the visa application, the school has to send you your money back and the full value. And yeah, if you didn't start the training, if you didn't have your visa, they should send your money back. And a lot of people are scared of that. Oh, what if the school steals my money? If they did that, they wouldn't be open. That's just crazy. That's not how it works in Canada. For that, schools have to give your money back. I'm also from Brazil, and I'm intending to make my college at Acadia College, and hope that I get you as my instructor. If you are doing with with Canadian Aviation College, maybe I'll be your instructor. But if it's another school, I don't know. I think I'm gonna work as an instructor just in one school. But yeah, if I can be your instructor, that would be really cool. I am the only Brazilian in my flight school, and I don't remember hearing any other Brazilian accent in the lower mainlands while I was flying. I know that there's one guy that flies out of Langley Airport. He's also from Brazil, but not a lot of Brazilians flying around here. So it would be nice to have you flying here for sure. What is your suggestion for PPL hour building for someone who does not want to become an instructor? Well, with the PPL license, becoming an instructor is not even an option. If you to become an instructor, you need to be a commercial pilot. If you only have your PPL license, you can't work, right? With the private pilot's license, you can't do paid jobs. You can only fly for fun, leisure. You can take your friends on a flight, you can take your family on a flight, but you cannot make money. So you're going to have to pay for all the hours you're flying. If you want to get the commercial license, then you can get some other jobs to get more hours. You don't have to become an instructor. You can do air taxi, cargo services, whatever you want, to be honest. You can fly there's a lot of lidar gear that monitor ground with lasers and stuff like that. Aerial photography, they need pilots. They're not taking passengers or anything, so you can get jobs like that fresh from flight school, I guess. You just need to be willing to move somewhere else. Uh, Thanks for your response. I got what I needed. Sounds good. I'll see you next time. Okay, it's been almost an hour now. If anyone has any other questions, let me know. If not, I'll get on editing before I have to leave. All right, I guess this is it then. Uh, I'll try to do, I don't know, not weekly, but maybe monthly, to do like a little live Q&A on YouTube, and I'll do it on Instagram, because it's already here anyway. I can just put the phone and the computer together and answer random questions. Maybe I'll do it in a better time for people in other countries as well, because a lot of my subscribers are from Asia, and it's not fair. It's 3:20 a.m. in India. A lot of my subscribers are there. It's 2 a.m. in Dubai. So yeah, it's very late in Europe. In Singapore is almost 6 a.m. So I'm gonna make some live streams a little later, so it's already morning in those countries, and people from there can join and ask random questions as well. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about pilot training, student visa, whatever it is, just text me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. My friend, I'm from Bangladesh. Can you please describe the details about aviation in Canada? It's a little hard to describe all the details, but aviation here is really good. You see a lot of people doing it, a lot of people flying. It's very free. You can go anywhere you want. You can land anywhere you want if it's not a national park or private property. So aviation here is really fun, extremely beautiful, mountains and seas, lakes, everything you want. So yeah, if you can and you have the opportunity of getting your pilot training done here, I recommend, I extremely recommend that, because I'm having a lot of fun and I'm excited to keep flying here. And if you want to do the same, and you can do the same, how obtain the visa for aviation? You need to apply for a student visa with a flight school. After you show, you all you need to do is to find a flight school that you like, and they're gonna help you with the visa application. After you pay for the first installment, they're gonna give you a letter of acceptance. With that letter, you can apply for the student visa, and of course, you need a few other documents, but that's the main thing you need. Once you get here, you can study for a while. If your student visa is about to expire, you can always renew it. After you study for a while, you can get your postgraduate work permit. That's the visa I got a while ago. Samantinha. And with the work visa, you can work for 2 or 3 years. And after that, you can apply for your PR. Then you're going to be a permanent resident of Canada. After you do that, you can even become a Canadian, work with the airlines, do whatever you want. So yeah, frankly, which flight school would you recommend? I'm pretty happy with the flight school I joined. There are plenty of flight schools around here. You just need to find one where students are happy with them. Students can fly. They don't have to wait in long wait lists for their next flights. So your flight school should have a good ratio of students and instructor, also with a good number of airplanes. You don't necessarily need a huge flight school with hundreds of instructors. You need one that can, help you on your journey and make sure they give you the attention you need. So yeah, if you find a flight school like that and people from that flight school are happy with them, I would say go for it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and I'll get going. Maybe I'll do some like stories here, asking you guys to ask me questions. Then I can make like a Q&A video. Doesn't have to be live. I know that, especially for people watching on YouTube, it's better if I put all the questions together and add it in a 10 to 15 minutes video. 1 hour live stream, it's hard for everyone to watch, and So, yeah. What about a 3-year diploma in aviation? Then I go for flight training. You can also do that, but if I were you, I would get started on the flight training right away, for sure. All right. As I've heard, hard to get your visa for 2-year flight course. Nah, you can get a visa for 18 months and renew that visa. And if you study for more than 2 years, even if you renewed it, that's what I did. My visa was for a year and 3 months. I renewed it twice. I studied for longer than 2 years, and I got 3 years of postgraduate work permit. So you can do that just as I did, and you can get a long work permit. So don't worry about that. Just send me a message here on Instagram. I can explain a little bit about the process. I'm gonna get going now, so if you have any questions, just text me on Instagram and I'll help you out. Sounds good? I'll see you guys next time. Okay. Thank you so much.